This video is not for everyone. What you are about to hear was never meant to be taught to ordinary people. These ideas were written for rulers, strategists, and those who wish to survive in a ruthless world. Niccolò Machiavelli did not write about how the world should be. He wrote about how the world actually is. If you're looking for comfort, close this video now. But if you want clarity, stay. Because once you understand these lessons, you stop being naive. You stop being predictable, and you begin to see people for who they truly are. This is not about becoming evil. This is about becoming impossible to manipulate. Let's begin. Lesson 1. People are not good, they are self-interested. Machiavelli's first and most dangerous truth is simple. Human beings are not driven by morality. They are driven by advantage. People speak about loyalty, love, and principles. But when survival, status, or power is threatened, those words collapse. A man will stand beside you when things are easy. But when standing beside you costs him something, he begins to calculate. This is not pessimism. This is observation. Look at history. Kings were praised until they weakened. Leaders were celebrated until they failed. Friends were loyal until success created imbalance. Machiavelli wrote that men are ungrateful, deceptive, and motivated by fear of loss. Not because they are monsters, but because self-preservation always comes first. Consider a workplace. A colleague supports you while you are equals. But the moment promotion enters the picture, the dynamic changes. Advice turns into competition. Smiles turn into strategy. Or consider politics. Allies shake hands on camera. Behind closed doors, they prepare for betrayal. The mistake most people make is expecting gratitude to last. They believe good deeds create permanent loyalty. They believe kindness builds unbreakable bonds. Machiavelli warns against this illusion. Kindness is remembered only as long as it benefits the receiver. The moment it no longer serves them, it is forgotten. This does not mean you must be cruel. It means you must never be careless. Understand this rule, and disappointment loses its power over you. You stop asking why people changed. You realize they did not change. They revealed themselves. The dangerously smart person does not rely on human goodness. He relies on structure, leverage, and awareness. Lesson 2. It is safer to be feared than loved. This lesson has shocked generations, and it has been misunderstood even more. Machiavelli did not say love is useless. He said love is unreliable. Love depends on emotion. Emotion changes. Fear depends on consequence. Consequence remains. A person who loves you will support you until it becomes uncomfortable. A person who fears the consequences of crossing you will think twice before acting. Imagine two leaders. The first leader wants to be liked. He avoids hard decisions. He forgives repeatedly. He hopes people will repay kindness with loyalty. The second leader sets clear boundaries. He rewards loyalty and punishes betrayal. He is calm, not cruel, but firm. Which leader do people obey when pressure rises? History answers this clearly. The leaders remembered are not the most loved. They are the ones who were respected and feared. Fear creates order. Love invites testing. Machiavelli warned that when people no longer fear losing something, they feel free to betray. This is why uncontrolled kindness becomes weakness. This is why authority without consequence collapses. Being feared does not mean being violent. It means being predictable in your response to disrespect. People must know where the line is, and they must know what happens if it is crossed. The dangerously smart individual does not seek admiration. He seeks stability, because admiration fades, but consequence remains. Understood, continuing in the same tone, same format, no symbols, no distractions. Here is the continuation. Lesson 3. Appear moral, but never be a slave to morality. Machiavelli understood something that still makes people uncomfortable. The world does not punish immorality. It punishes the appearance of immorality. People do not judge actions. They judge images. A man who commits cruelty in silence is often respected. A man who commits the same act openly is condemned. This is why Machiavelli advised rulers to appear virtuous at all times, even when acting otherwise. Not because morality is useless, but because blind morality is dangerous. Reality does not reward honesty. It rewards effectiveness. Look at modern society. Corporations speak about ethics while exploiting labor. Governments speak about peace while funding destruction. Public figures preach values they violate privately. Yet they survive, because their image remains intact. Machiavelli never suggested abandoning morals completely. He suggested controlling when and how they are displayed. A ruler who insists on being morally perfect in an immoral world will be destroyed by those willing to bend rules. This is not about deception for pleasure. It is about survival in systems built on hypocrisy. The dangerously smart person understands this rule and learns to separate inner values from outer appearance. He does not reveal everything he believes. He does not act on principle when principle leads to ruin. He understands that society rewards masks, not truth. The moment you reveal your full nature, you give others a weapon against you. So Machiavelli's lesson is simple. Be moral when it is safe. Be strategic when it is necessary. And never confuse honesty with intelligence. Lesson 4. Never outshine the person above you. This lesson has ended more careers than betrayal. Human beings can forgive mistakes. They rarely forgive being made to feel small. Machiavelli warned that nothing is more dangerous than threatening the ego of a superior. Power is emotional. Status is fragile. And insecurity sits at the top more often than confidence. A man in authority does not want to be reminded that he is replaceable. History proves this again and again. Talented generals were executed by kings they served too well. Brilliant advisors were exiled for appearing too intelligent. Successful subordinates were quietly removed, not because they failed, but because they shined too brightly. In modern life, this rule still applies. An employee who constantly corrects his boss gains enemies, not promotions. A subordinate who seeks attention steals it from the person above him. Machiavelli understood that power fears comparison. The dangerously smart person does not compete upward. He supports upward. He allows his superior to feel secure. He offers solutions without stealing credit. He builds strength silently. This is not weakness. This is patience. Because the moment the superior falls, the prepared one rises. Those who rush for recognition too early are eliminated. Those who wait become unavoidable. Machiavelli teaches restraint, not submission. Never make the mistake of thinking talent alone protects you. In systems of power, ego always comes before ability. Lesson 5. People forget kindness, but never forget humiliation. This lesson reveals the darkest side of human memory. People do not remember who helped them. They remember who embarrassed them. Kindness fades into the background of life. Humiliation burns into identity. Machiavelli observed that men will forgive injuries more easily than insults, because an injury affects the body, but an insult attacks the ego. You can support someone for years. One moment of public embarrassment can erase all of it. A correction made in front of others. A joke that exposes weakness. A reminder of failure. These moments do not pass. They wait. The person may smile. They may say it is fine. But internally, a debt is created. And that debt is paid with revenge. History is full of examples. Rulers who spared enemies, but humiliated them, were eventually overthrown. Those who destroyed their enemies completely survived longer. Machiavelli warned that leaving someone alive is not enough. Leaving them ashamed is dangerous. In modern life, this rule is ignored constantly. Managers embarrass employees publicly and wonder why loyalty disappears. Friends expose secrets and act surprised when trust dies. Public figures mock others and create lifelong enemies. The dangerously smart individual understands this psychology. He avoids humiliating others unnecessarily. And when forced in a conflict, he understands one rule: never wound without ending the threat. Because a wounded ego does not heal. It waits. Lesson 6. Power is taken, never given. This lesson destroys the fantasy of fairness. Power does not arrive because you deserve it. It arrives because you position yourself to claim it. Machiavelli wrote that men rise when others fall, not because they are chosen, but because they are ready. Waiting for permission is submission. Waiting to be noticed is weakness. History never rewards patience alone. It rewards preparation combined with timing. Every empire was built when someone saw an opening. Every leader rose when authority weakened. Every ruler claimed power during chaos. Those who hesitate are ruled by those who act. In modern life, this truth remains uncomfortable. Promotions go to those who create influence, not those who work hardest. Leadership is claimed by those who speak when others stay silent. Opportunity belongs to those who move first. Machiavelli did not encourage reckless ambition. He encouraged strategic movement. Observe where power flows. Identify who controls access. Understand who is weakening. The dangerously smart person does not wait to be chosen. He prepares himself so that when the moment arrives, he cannot be ignored. Power is not granted as a reward. It is seized by those who understand timing. Continuing without changing tone, pace, or structure. Lesson 7. Alliances are temporary, interests are permanent. Machiavelli understood that loyalty is not a virtue. It is a condition. People do not stay loyal because of history. They stay loyal because of benefit. The moment benefit disappears, loyalty begins to weaken. Alliances are not built on trust. They are built on shared advantage. History proves this mercilessly. Nations sign treaties and break them overnight. Business partners shake hands and sue each other years later. Friends drift apart when success creates imbalance. Machiavelli warned rulers never to depend completely on allies. Because allies calculate. They support you while your strength protects them. They abandon you when your weakness threatens them. This is not betrayal. This is nature. The mistake most people make is emotional dependence. They confuse shared experiences with permanent loyalty. The dangerously smart person never does this. He maintains relationships, but he never surrenders independence. He prepares for separation, even during cooperation. He never places his survival in another's hands. This does not mean isolation. It means awareness. Alliances are tools, not guarantees. Those who forget this lesson are shocked by abandonment. Those who understand are never surprised. Comment your thoughts who running right now in your mind before we start next point. Lesson 8. Control the narrative or become its victim. Truth alone does not protect you. Perception does. Machiavelli understood that people do not see reality. They see stories. Whoever controls the story controls judgment. History is not written by the honest. It is written by the victorious. The same action can be praised or condemned, depending on who tells it. A leader who conquers is called strong. A leader who loses is called cruel. A rebellion that succeeds is called a revolution. A rebellion that fails is called treason. Facts matter less than framing. This is why Machiavelli emphasized public image. People rarely investigate deeply. They accept what is repeated. Silence allows others to define you. Delay allows lies to settle. The dangerously smart person understands that reputation is a shield. He speaks before rumors harden. He presents himself before others decide who he is. This does not require lying. It requires clarity. Control the narrative, or someone else will use it against you. In power, perception becomes reality. Lesson 9. People follow results, not intentions. Machiavelli understood that morality is judged after victory, not before it. People do not ask what you meant to do. They ask what happened. Good intentions do not protect you from failure. Success protects you from judgment. A leader who acts kindly but fails is despised. A leader who acts harshly but succeeds is respected. This is uncomfortable, but it is consistent. History does not remember effort. It remembers outcomes. The same action is forgiven when it leads to success and condemned when it leads to loss. This is why Machiavelli warned against relying on virtue alone. Virtue without effectiveness becomes weakness. Kindness without strength invites challenge. The dangerously smart person focuses on results first. He understands that once success is achieved, people rewrite the story in his favor. Once power is secured, intentions are forgiven. This does not mean abandoning ethics completely. It means understanding their limits. In a world driven by outcomes, Those who hesitate in the name of purity are overtaken by those who act. Machiavelli's lesson is ruthless but clear. Win first. Judgment comes later. Lesson 10. True power is always lonely. This is the final lesson, and the most ignored. Power isolates. The higher you rise, the fewer people you can trust. Not because they are evil, but because proximity to power changes behavior. Friends become cautious. Allies become strategic. Family becomes fearful. The higher your position, the more people hide their true intentions. Machiavelli accepted this reality without complaint. He understood that power removes comfort. Those who seek approval will never hold authority. Those who need companionship will compromise their position. True power requires emotional discipline. The dangerously smart person accepts solitude as the price of control. He does not seek validation. He seeks clarity. Because once you depend on affection, you become vulnerable to manipulation. Power demands distance, and distance demands strength. This is why most people choose comfort over control. Machiavelli did not promise happiness. He promised understanding. Conclusion. These 10 lessons were never meant to make you cruel. They were meant to make you aware. Once you understand how power works, you stop being confused by human behavior. You stop being shocked by betrayal. You stop mistaking kindness for loyalty. You see the world without illusion. This knowledge is dangerous not because it corrupts you, but because it frees you. And once you are free, you cannot be controlled the same way again. If this video helped you to become a better version of yourself, please my channel and like this video. Thank you.